I'm going to be completely honest when I say this. I don't really see what people are saying about this new film in this long-running franchise. But what do I think of this new film in this well-loved series? Let's find out. Fantastic Beasts 2, or aka Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, is the second movie in the Fantastic Beasts franchise, and overall it is the 10th movie in the now Wizarding World, J.K. Rowling Wizarding World franchise, or the Harry Potter film series. Once again, directed by David Yates, who has clearly taken over the franchise ever since Order of the Phoenix. Written once again by J.K. Rowling, based on characters created by J.K. Rowling, stars Eddie Redmayne, Catherine Waterston, Dan Fogler, Alison Soldo, Ezra Miller, Zoe Kravitz, Caleb Turner, Claudia Kim, Jude Law, and Johnny Depp. And this is the sequel to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which came out in 2016, which was one of my favorites of that year. So the plot of The Crimes of Grindelwald is, at the end of the first film and the 9th installment in the Harry Potter series, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the powerful dark wizard named Gellert Grindlewald was captured by the MAC USA, or the Magical Congress of the United States of America, with the help of Newt Scamander. But making good on his threat, he escapes custody again, and he is basically out to do what he plans to do, which is set about gathering followers, most unsuspecting of his true agenda to raise pure-blood wizards and witches up to rule over all non-magical beings, which is the Nomad or the Muggles, whichever one you want to call it. And so, the only one capable of putting a stop to the wizard he once knew is his closest friend, Albus Dumbledore, or Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore, this time being taken over by Jude Law. And, however, Dumbledore will need to seek his help from the wizard who had thwarted Grindelwald once before, which is his former student, Newt Scamander, who agrees to help, unaware of the dangers that he has ahead. And lines are drawn as love and loyalty are tested, even among the truest friends and family, in a now increasingly divided wizarding world. Pretty much. But not only that, you get some flashbacks of young Dumbledore and young Newt Scamander in Hogwarts, and you get pretty much a lot of stuff happen in this movie. Going into Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, I was really excited for Crimes of Grindelwald. This was one of my most anticipated of the year, and if you haven't been paying attention to the channel, you will know that I am a big Harry Potter fan. I love Sorcerer's Stone, I love The Chamber of Secrets, love Prisoner of Azkaban, which is the best Harry Potter film, Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, Deathly Hallows, and I'm one of those people who defend Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So I was very excited going into this, not only because it was another Harry Potter movie, but also because J.K. Rowling was also writing the film and David Yates was directing the film once again. And then also we have some new characters as well as the old cast returning. But then I saw what people were saying about this film and I got a little skeptical. because they were saying this is the first bad Harry Potter film, but do I agree with the fact that this is a bad Harry Potter film? No. No, I don't agree that this is the weakest Harry Potter film. I love this film. Not only I love Crimes of Grindelwald, but so far this is probably my favorite of the Fantastic Beasts films. And easily, this is, for me, the best movie of 2018 for me. Now, by the time I'm recording this is December 24th as I'm recording this, so you probably will see this a little later. But anyways, I have to be honest and say it. I do have some problems with Crimes of Grindelwald, and I'm going to list off the things I didn't really enjoy. One, I felt like add a certain karma after a certain while. The story becomes entirely too complicated for its own good. I get what you're doing. You're trying to set up the last three films and establish some backstory for some of the characters in the last movie and more personality and more backstory for our main character, Newt Scamander, and his relationship with Dumbledore. And I thought those flashbacks with him and Dumbledore were nice. But I also feel like some of the stuff that you were trying to do here kind of makes this movie a little complicated, and it does, unfortunately, get a little bit too convoluted for its own good. But not as convoluted as Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Oh no, no. Also, there are some dumb moments here that I kind of felt like didn't really need to be there. The film is 2 hours and 14 minutes, and these movies are getting shorter as we go along, because usually a Harry Potter movie would be almost 2.5 to 3 hours. But now, ever since David Yates has came in, these movies has gotten increasingly shorter. And I have to say, it's for the better. I like these movies being 3 hours, 2.5 hours, but sometimes a shorter pace can bring some good luck. But there are some slow moments. There are some moments I feel like didn't really need to be there. But ultimately, I do like the cinematography here. You got the same cinematographer from the last film, the same editor from the last 4 Harry Potter films. So the editing is pretty good. Some of the writing is a little iffy. Now, I'm not going to be like everybody else and say J.K. Rowling has turned this into a case of Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, because we are 10 movies into this franchise, and J.K. Rowling, she still got it. This is her franchise. This is her property. She can do what she wants to with it, or nothing at all. But her writing in this movie, it still stands out. It's just some of it is a little far-fetched in between. And David Yates, his direction, he still has very good direction. I like his way of directing flashbacks and the action scenes. I really like how he carries his movie along in his editing. So I have to give him a lot of credit, because he knew what he was doing. The music, of course, is still great. James Newton Howard does music. You do get Hedwig's theme for a little bit, because Hedwig's theme, even if it's not Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson, the Hedwig's theme is always going to be a part of this long-running franchise. And I love the new music themes here. I love Grindelwald's theme. And also, like I said, there is a little bit too much setup for the last 3 movies, but it's better to do it now than wait till the last movie 5. But the wizard action is still there. It's still pretty much awesome. Acting wise, everyone does a good job here. Eddie Redmayne, Catherine Larson, the original cast from the first film are still great. I still like Eddie Redmayne as our main character. You do have some characters from the film in here for last film in here from a little bit. You got Carmen Ejogo here, who I do remember from the Sparkle remake released back in 2012 and Alien Covenant from last year, and she was also in The Purge Anarchy, but she's not the main character. Jude Law. I think Jude Law, he's great as Professor Dumbledore. He is great in this movie. He is now one of the next couple actors to take over for this part after the late Richard Harris in the first two films, Michael Gambon in the last set of films in the original series, plus the Toby Rigbo who played young Dumbledore in Deathly Hallows Part 1. And he is great in this movie. Johnny Depp as Grindelwald. Now, a lot of controversy was thrown at this movie just because of the fact that Johnny Depp was casted as the character of Grindelwald because of his involvement in the domestic violence allegations. And I'm going to say it right now, those allegations are not true. I don't believe that. And even Johnny Depp, he said it. He felt like he was falsely accused. And I'm going to agree with him and J.K. Rowling. And I gotta say, Johnny Depp, no matter what you think of him, whether he's done a good movie or a bad film, Johnny Depp, he is a great actor. And there's no exception here. He can carry a movie on his shoulders, even if the movie's not very good. I'm looking at you, Pirates of the Caribbean 3. But anyways, he is great as Crimes of Grindelwald. And I like the idea that he added for the character to have this kind of thing where he has heterochromia, basically that Grindelwald could be more than one person. It's almost two different sides of him. And he and Dumbledore and Newt Scamander, they have a pretty cool fight. Now, Nagini, I'm gonna have to agree. You didn't really need to see how Nagini became who she was, but I'm glad I found this out. And basically with her, she has a blood curse that will transform her into a snake permanently. And I do like Claudia Kim as the character Nagini, and she becomes the companion of Lord Voldemort as well as the final Horcrux. But overall, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, aside from a little bit of a complicatedness with the story, a little bit too much setup for the last three films, Nagini not really need to be explained. And aside from some slow parts and some dumb moments and some of the dialogue, I'm not going to sit here and say Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald is a bad film, because it's not. This is one of my favorites in the Harry Potter J.K. Rowling Wizarding World series. And not only that, this is the best movie of 2018 for me. So you can come at me with your hate, your pitchforks and torches, all because Avengers 3 is not my best. It will be on the best movies of the year, but I'm just not going to put Avengers 3 that high. Because I still do not like the end of Avengers Infinity War Part 1. But I've said this more than once. I don't like the ending in Avengers 3. But at the end of the day, I don't really care what you think. You can ask me why I don't like the end, and all I'm just going to do is let you figure that out. But overall, I'm going to give Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald an epitastic. Let me know what you guys think of Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald down below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What is your favorite Harry Potter movie? What is your least favorite Harry Potter film? What do you think of Johnny Depp in this movie? What did you think of Joe Law in the movie? Do you agree with some of the criticisms I do have? And I will see you guys in the next video. I will see you in the updated ranking for Harry Potter with this movie. And this is Future Filmmaker 39480. And you guys keep it cool as always. Let's continue the road to 1K subscribers. And join the epitasticness.